Hey everybody, welcome to Radical Money, where my one and main goal is to help you out, get you on the right track in any market, and to take some different investment strategies and make them your own. And to encourage you to be creative and always have a system and a strategy if you're in a volatile market. I'm your host, once again, Michael Garza. This crash is unprecedented, it's unbelievable, and I'm loving the opportunity. One thing I'll tell you what, in the markets, the best opportunity you'll ever have is when everything's shitty. Buy and hold whatever stock you can that'll hold up. Walmart is a great example. I'm going to give you my top, so here's a preview of today's episode. I'm going to give you my top five stocks you can buy right now that I think are going to be big winners during this COVID-19 thing. And look, it's all very scary. Make sure you're wearing your face masks, okay? Especially if you're in a bigger city. I think in more rural areas you should be fine, but still. The social distancing makes sense. I get it. And I want to see people stay on the safe side. So, it's been a wild week. The whole COVID-19 thing, more places are opening finally. Very excited to say, the casino, Mill Casino, where I live, is going to be reopening. I love the casino. I'm a big roulette player, and I enjoy the hell out of it. I'm a very slow roulette player, though. I play a very small roll game. Anyway, enough about my roulette habits and my love of roulette. So the economy, though, it's crashing, and there's going to be massive sell-offs, more than we realize. Look, what we're seeing, if you see gains in the market, these are what I like to call false positives in a weird sense, because what is happening is there's probably a lot of people buying up as much as they can, a lot of hedge funds, right? And a lot of these hedge guys, they want to get it up as high as they can, and when people see things going up, they start to buy. That's when those funds who started the process sell off everything they got because they were able to make a gain. And that's why I tell people, don't always buy on a rise. And if you do buy on a rise, make sure you're getting in at the very beginning of the rise. The very beginning. Look, it's tough to say who the big winners and the big losers will be throughout all this. I have a fairly good idea of who will win. As far as stocks go, let me give you my top five. Now, I don't want to make this a big, long episode. I want to make this very short, sweet, and to the point. My goal is to make this short, sweet, and to the point. Look, my top five stocks, it starts with Coca-Cola. I think Coca-Cola is going to get hit very hard during all this because they will lose some sales in the restaurant biz. In fact, I haven't looked up Coca-Cola at all. I need to add them to my watch list. Give me a second. Coca-Cola. Let's look at Coca-Cola now. So I want to go through each and every one of these individually. I'm looking them up as I speak about them. I actually haven't looked at them today, but I still believe they are a good pick. Coca-Cola is down today. After hours, they rose a bit. But here's why I say Coca-Cola is a very important stock to put some money down on, especially when they dip. Look, Coca-Cola has been around for a long time. They're one of the biggest soda companies in the world. And look, people love getting Coca-Cola at restaurants or fast food joints. Coca-Cola is a big deal. And it still sells very widely in stores, and I still think people will be buying Coca-Cola even during the pandemic. So I think they're very well engineered to survive this pandemic. Warren Buffett believes in Coca-Cola. I believe in Coca-Cola. I tend to agree with Warren Buffett. He's a very smart individual, so I'm going to go with the Buffett on this one. So Coca-Cola is my number one pick. Now, my number two pick is Walmart. Why do I want to say Walmart? Well, Walmart has the goods. All right. First off, Walmart is thriving during this pandemic. And if people don't realize that, they're fucking retarded. Excuse my language. But look, I'm looking at their weekly. Hold on. Trying to get their weekly at least. Here's what they've looked like in the last month. So there is a bullish pattern detected with them. But if I look in the last month. This is interesting. So we got they're up at 128, 129 about April 24th. You go back a little bit further, a little further. They rose to 132 at one point. Look, Walmart is going to be huge in this. When you can, for the love of God, buy stock in Walmart. Walmart is a huge winner. They're going to be a safe bet in the turmoil times. They're going to have great earnings no matter what. They will survive. Top two. Another one that I would want to really advise is, it's tough to say. It depends on which ones drop the most. I'll go Procter and Gamble. I've always loved Procter and Gamble. They've always been one of the best. They've always been solid. What I find very funny, and here's the deal about Procter and Gamble. They're a really good company, you guys. Like, they're solid. Like, if you doubt Procter and Gamble, whew, you're a fool, especially during this time. They are selling off the rack. I'm also going to tell you my next one. But let's take a look. I'm just bearish on. I'm bullish on these guys, man. I'm bullish. Yeah. So their stock price, and it stayed roughly the same. But dude, in April it was like at 124, 122. Look, dude, I'm going to be quite frank. If I'm going to go with one stock, it's going to be Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble's fucking unreal. Okay. Now, my other choices are, so my other one is 3M. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm not investing in these companies because I've got other matters. I'm kind of one of those, but I'm one of those guys that every now and then I'll invest in like a dividend company or a company that's really good. But I'm not as big on dividends as I used to be when I first started. I like dividend payout ones though, and I think they're good. Thank you guys for being patient, by the way. I really appreciate it. So here we go. This is the company I want everybody to take a look at, and it's 3M. First off, with all the face mask stuff, yeah, they've dropped. 3M should not be dropping, by the way. They've dropped 3.82% today. Are you kidding me? Yeah, 3M is a definite buy. I want to go with 3M. I'm going to note these down so I don't forget, because I actually am thinking about buying most of these. So I can give you guys a recap here. 3M, let's see. Thank you guys for being so damn patient. Coca-Cola. Just go back on this. Yeah, no, 3M, solid company. Procter & Gamble. What's my last one, though, you guys? I just kind of have to gauge this, because the last one's going to be interesting. I still think they're going to do really well, especially during 5G time. So they're a buy and hold for me. They may cut their dividend. There is the possibility they could cut their dividend, but here's the thing. I wouldn't exactly buy them just yet. Buy this company on the dip, and it's Verizon. Verizon Wireless, baby. Verizon is the company to buy. I would highly recommend buying Verizon. Totally number one recommendation. Here, you heard it first. These are my top 5 recommendations. So sadly, I own none of these. So who the fuck am I to even recommend them? But I will say this though. When I look at the charts and I look at the patterns, I would invest in them, to be honest. But I'm not a safe dividend investor. The reason I give you guys this list is because I know you guys, I get a lot of questions all the time. What are stocks that you would pick to hold for the long term? And I know what I would choose. I'm just not always a long-term investor. I choose very unorthodox stocks, but I'm kind of like a sniper, right? I'm always looking for those put contracts for bad companies so I can make a ton of money. And if you guys want to watch those videos, that's great. But I want to give you guys this because everybody I know wants a safe answer. They want the safe bet, and this is safe bet strategies right here. Absolutely safe bet. Is it a guarantee? Nothing's a guarantee in this life. Nothing. I mean, the only thing you can guarantee is you can make it a guarantee by making things happen. If you want to live, stay healthy, be healthy, do the right things. You know, look, do I believe life is pain? I'm going philosophical real quick on you guys. Do I believe life is pain? I say no. I think it's a very pessimistic attitude. I believe it's painful at first, but once you get used to it, it isn't. So when they say life is pain, I say life is adjustment to pain. And that what was once painful is no longer. Philosophy time. Anyway, those are my top 5 picks. I hope you guys enjoy those top 5 picks. Now, this is the last part of the show. I want to talk about something I've been shorting, and I keep talking about. It's Aurora Cannabis. This is the spotlight of the show. I figured I would save the best for last. I want to give you guys a top 5 list first, and then I wanted to give you my Aurora Cannabis update. So with Aurora Cannabis, I happily shorted. I'm still shorting them. They went down today. Which resulted in all of my put contracts. It resulted in all of my put contracts going below the strike price. Good day today. So another thing I did was I decided to buy more put contracts just for the hell of it. Earnings are tomorrow, by the way. I still bought a few shares of Aurora Cannabis in the event, by the way. In the event it decided to go back up. Maybe the earnings will be good. Maybe the earnings will be stellar, way better than I ever anticipated. And I'm considering that. But it doesn't mean I trust it. So here's the thing. Should you trust the earnings coming up? Maybe. I don't know. I think there's too many write-offs. I still don't think the company's very profitable. It is possible, though, that during the COVID scare, people were able to buy a lot of their products in Canada, because I think Canada did consider a lot of dispensaries to be essential. So that means a lot of sales would have happened. And Aurora actually has a vast pull in the market when it comes to selling marijuana products. So I think if I were to say where Aurora's at, I say they're actually in a better position than one would actually assume, than one would normally assume, because they seem to be on the right track with their sales. But their cost of production is the main problem here. They are growth capable, which is why I tell everybody I'm holding on, man. I'm holding on to the shares I have. I have a good reason to hold on to these shares. Look, they're a good company. They're not a great company, and there is a reason I'm shorting them, because they could go bankrupt because, one, they don't know how to manage their money, but two, they do understand. They do understand what it takes to produce copious amounts of marijuana. So the reason I hold their stock is because there's a possibility that if they go low enough, a bigger company could buy them out. Which a bigger company could at least probably know how to run the show and take it over, you know? And they can keep most of the staff so they can understand the business of growing marijuana. And maybe it's a big thing. I don't know. Aurora Cannabis just seems too big to fail. So ultimately, in the long run, I'm sure I'm betting against them now. Still am. But it just depends on how low they want to go. Like I said, I've got a lot of contracts that bet against them. I'll admit it. But I'm curious to see where they go in the long term. And like I said, it's an uncertain future. I've said it previously, at least, in a lot of my videos. It's an uncertain future for a lot of these cannabis companies, man. Especially Aurora Cannabis, with the questionable leadership, questionable everything. So I'm just happy I'm protected. I never had this level. I've seriously never had this level of protection in the marketplace. I've never been able to score this well. Seriously, when it went down, I bought more stock. When it went up, I bought more put contracts because nobody's buying those fucking put contracts when it goes up because everybody thinks it's a good day. So I got greedy. So and I'm in a good protective position right now for where I'm at. I can't wait to see where earnings go, though. This is going to be a very, very, very interesting earnings call. Like I said, if it goes down, if it continues to go down, well, here I am. I will buy. I'll continue to buy more shares and hold them, just so I can lower. First off, I'll tell you why I do this. I want to just lower my average cost, if you guys want to really know the truth. Lowering your average cost is very, very, very handy, and it can keep you in the game longer. So my goal at this point is to stay in the game for as long as I can and just continue to stay in the game. Markets are volatile. I'll admit it. But yeah, the goal is to stay in the game. So all my contracts are below strike price now. They're all gaining at maximum levels. And I have to say I'm very happy. Did not expect this to happen so quickly. Reverse stock splits have been my friend throughout all this. So. But I will say this, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this latest episode. You guys got my top 5 stock picks to hold for a while, long term, buy during the bear market, buy during the shitty times. And then you got my stake, my claim, my news update on what I've been doing with Aurora Cannabis. Maybe it'll inspire you to take a different approach. Like I said, I don't mind doing the dividend investing. Andre Jick is one of my favorite YouTube guys, and he has an interesting philosophy on investing, and I believe in it. I believe in dividend payout investing. But you want to go with good companies, though, if you're going to do dividend payout stuff. My only problem with dividend payouts is it's sometimes a little slow. And I know there are faster ways to make money in the market besides dividends. Problem is you don't want to play it too safe. You want to be able to put money down, and you want to be able to take a bit of a risk. Taking risks is a good thing in the marketplace. So I always admit it. I always embrace it. Take the risks, baby. Take the risks. As many as you can. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for, once again, viewing this episode, taking the time to watch it and understand what I'm trying to convey. Because look, there are opportunities in this market when it's low, and I'm a little frightened for those out there. But I will say this: so when you get your stimulus checks, take advantage of the market. To me, I personally live cheap on purpose. I don't spend a lot of money on things. I'm probably the cheapest man you'll ever meet. But I'm like that on purpose, so that way I can, so that way I have more to invest, more to use in the markets. I eat, sleep, and invest. That's what I do, man. I turn my money into more money, and I don't up my lifestyle in any way. And I love making YouTube videos, to be quite frank. This is my thing. I love YouTubing. I love this YouTube thing. It's my favorite thing in the world. But thank you guys one more time for taking the time to even be a viewer on all this. And I will continue to do my part in keeping you informed and keeping you updated. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your guys' time. Always feel free to leave a comment. I want to hear from you. I want to try to answer questions, any feedback, any questions, concerns you got. I'll try my best to answer. Look, I'm no Miss Cleo. I cannot predict the market. I'm not the smartest guy out there. But I'm creative and I'm clever. And usually that's surprisingly enough in the marketplace. But But thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Stay tuned. Keep on staying tuned for the next episode of Radical Money.